sent that to you in that packet, that PDF that has the instructions, but I'm going to show it to you here. Okay, now I know it's kind of small. Hopefully you can see it. This is a screenshot of the proposal that's in that PDF as well too, but I figured this will kind of help guide us through understanding how the proposal works. So the first part is the research question. Notice it's only 1 page long. You notice that the margins are very, very thin. You can do 1/2-inch margins. I keep it as a 1 page, and you can actually do it in single space. This is one of the only documents I accept in single space because I just want it all on 1 page. I just want to be able to glance at it on 1 page, read it on 1 page, and finish with 1 page. Notice that your name and heading is still on the top left. And then, of course, I always like to have the header on the top right. It's just always good to have it. Okay. So this is an example from a student in one of my ENC 1102 classes who did a nice proposal for me in a class, and I use it because it's actually pretty good, and it's been years since she did this, but it was pretty good. I need to get you guys a Harry Potter one on here, but I think I have some sample papers in the modules as well too, and I'll show you where those are as well. Okay, so research question is, what do I think is in the text that interests me and what I want to research? So this may be, Natalie, to answer your question, where you kind of delve into connecting the two ideas and linking them, and like what is it that you're seeing that you want to argue and kind of analyze at the same time? Okay, there is a difference between both papers when we get to the outline, and you'll notice that in the PDF document that there are, and I'm not going to cover the outline today. I'm going to cover the outline next week at the beginning of the week, because I want you guys to focus on your proposals today. I don't want to give you that much information, but you can go on ahead and read through the whole document. Okay, so what is it that interests me? What is it that I'm trying to research? What is it that I see in the text? And you're going to ask it as a research question. I'd like to see 1 or 2 questions there. 2 good questions would be like really great. 1 sometimes isn't enough, but what are you really looking at, right? The next item is importance. Why is this topic important to research? What is it that one of your goals of the topic? So think about the research question and then what your goal is in answering that question or questions. That will help you get to the importance, why this topic is important to research. The next thing you're going to get is the thesis or claim. I would like you to develop a working thesis. And now I call it thesis or claim because I find that a thesis sentence works better in an analysis paper, and a claim statement works a little better in an argument paper. So many of you might say to me, well, what's a claim statement? Right now, if you want to use a thesis for your argument paper, it's fine, but I will not accept this statement. I will not accept in this paper, I will argue. That is not a thesis. That is a proclamation, a declaration of intent. I don't need your declaration of intent. I need a claim statement. Now, usually in my ENC 1102 class, I teach the claim where I have them in the claim, I have the students state at least 2 things, right? I'm going to come back to the claim in a minute. Let me go through the proposal, and then I will come back to the claim. And this is from a particular model that I show as well. And I'm gonna find it in my, okay, where you make a clear assertion and then you give me kind of like a recommendation, but we will get to that in a minute. Okay, so possible counter argument. This possible counterargument is only for those of you who are writing a strict argumentative paper. If you are writing an argumentative paper, one of your paragraphs in your outline and in your paper is going to be a counterargument. For those of you who are writing a literary analysis paper, this doesn't mean you're writing a smaller paper. It just means that you're doing an extra analysis of at least 4 body paragraphs. Okay, where so you'll do 4 body paragraphs and they will do in the argument paper 4 body paragraphs. They will just be, one of them will be a counter argument. Okay, so that's how I keep it even. Everybody has to write 4 body paragraphs. You need to find at least 4 things you need to definitely write about, not just 3. Okay, so this is, again, only for those of you who are writing a counter argument paper. If you are not writing an argument paper, then you're going to write right there like, this is not applicable for me, or just not applicable. Okay, method. The method is, how am I going to do this paper? What am I actually, I want you to write me sentences that are proclamations, declarative sentences that state, this is what I'm going to do to get this paper done. What am I going to do? I am not going to procrastinate. I don't need that sentence. But we all know in a short term, it's really hard not to procrastinate because time is so short. I will, research this topic. I will use the databases. I will find articles. I will research the text. I will find quotes from the book. Just tell me what the method that you're going to use. Okay. The next section is the interest. Why are you interested in this topic? This is like a personal statement of your opinion of why you're interested in this topic and why it's important to you. And then the last section is really important for me, is I want you to give me 4 peer-reviewed articles. And I don't just want you to list the articles, I just want the MLA citations. I want you to give me the citations in MLA format. Okay, I don't need you to annotate them or anything like that. I want you to give me 4 citations. Eventually, for this paper, usually I require that you have 4 peer-reviewed journal articles, and then you must use at least 2 of them as supporting documentation, supporting details in your papers. All right, any questions so far?
I have a question, Professor.
Go ahead.
For the peer-reviewed articles, we go to the Miami-Dade College
Databases. Do you want me to show you how?
yes.
Not a problem. Let me load an MDC webpage here. Let me share that page. Hold on. I will share it for you right now. I will share that screen. All right. Let me actually move. Yeah, I think I can do it here. I still need my chat window. I would prefer that you use the MDC databases only because 1, they're free, right? And 2, they have lots of articles on Harry Potter there. So let's talk about how we're going to do that. All right, so MDC databases. You guys all know what a database is, right?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, who said yes? And tell me what it is. You'll be able to find, trust me, there's a lot of research on Harry Potter.
It's a forum where all the articles you could find in that specific place. And what you're asking for the peer-reviewed articles, we go to a specific place, and then you could find a whole bunch of them with citations and stuff.
That is fantastic. That's Jose?
Yes.
Jose, what house are you in, Jose? Jose, you're a Gryffindor? I'm going to give you 5 points, Jose, for a perfect answer.
Yay.
Okay. All right. So here is where you go. You come to the MDC webpage, you go to academics, and you go to libraries. This is the main, I have to tell you, I have worked with this is the library for all the campuses. All of the campuses use this same exact page. If you click libraries, it's always the same. There is not one campus that's different from another. I have to tell you that at least at MDC, the librarians here are awesome. They are great. When I'm doing research for things, they have been very helpful for me. They are really awesome. They're very modern. They're not like the old librarians that just tell you to shush. At least at North Campus, our library is not very quiet. It's like a community center, at least at our campus. It's like everything happens in our library, which is really cool. Okay, so the best way, I think, I just want to scroll through this page really quickly to show you that there's a lot of, if you have not been to the library website, they have a lot here to help you. They can connect you with a tutor. They have workshops that they have pre-recorded to help you with things. They even can still connect you with the library, chat with a librarian, or schedule a meeting with them if you have questions. They tell you the events at each of the libraries, at each campus here under events. And then they have research tools, tutoring labs, and library information, more of it, like duplicated. They have ebooks, videos, right? So I always like to show the videos because they have three. These three are all videos. The Swank motion pictures, if you've never used it, these are current, I believe, current movies. So you use your MD ID and your password, your mymdc.net, to log into the library, and you can log in. I am just going to say instructor and not log in, but this has current movies as well too as older movies on Swank that are free. Okay, so that's the first thing. Canopy does mostly documentaries. It wants me to log into MDC. It'll log me in now. And they also have lots of really great documentaries, movies, again, all free. So if you're looking for something, if you want to, foreign films as well too, they have them here, a lot of foreign films. So that's kind of cool that we have access to those. Okay. And the last one I even showed you, that's where you guys went for those documentaries, films on demand. The other tool they have is the ebooks and audiobooks. Okay, really great. Overdrive at the bottom is their like New York Times bestsellers. And if you have a Miami-Dade County Public Library card as well too, you can download this little Libby app, and Libby will track all your different library cards, which is great. So you can put your MDC card and your Miami-Dade County Library card in the Libby app. So this is really cool. I was just recommended this book. Somebody just told me A Court of Thorns and Roses. I think my niece just recommended. She just finished reading it, and she texted me and said she thought I would like it. I have not looked at it, so I wonder. Anyway, that's how to get to books. Okay, to free stuff. But to search for Harry Potter and any articles, you can see I kind of like, it keeps your, see, I have an affinity with Voldemort right now. But you can look up anything here. So let's say I just put in Harry Potter, and if I do this, then and or nor or are boolean operators. That means I want everything on Harry Potter and mythology. Okay, so it's going to find me everything in the library. But it's going to be everything. That means newspaper articles, books, movies, art, journal articles. Here on the left, though, you see this. This is where you can start refining your search. Okay, you have lots of ways to do this. I always like to take a look at the subject, because what it does, it takes all those. How many articles did it find me? I didn't tell me how many articles it found me, but it will then sort them by subject so that I kind of know where they're going. So I know that there's actually 33 articles with mythology in them, 10 are about movies. So there's 7 about literature. So it kind of gives me an idea of where that search was headed. The first thing I like to do is kind of click on that and apply the filter for peer-reviewed journal articles. That means these are articles that are written by research academics who write these articles and post them in journals. Okay, and journals are actually printed books of research, right? So then this limits my research on Harry Potter and mythology, and you can see how it's highlighted to show me how this all came out. And it gives me a look at different ways to look at Harry Potter and mythology. Okay, and it gives me 11 articles. Now, even though the libraries, the search says I'm going to give it to you by relevance, I find that you need to go past page 1. Unlike Google, you need to go past page 2. Now, it'll give you at the max of 50 articles per page. I only have 11 results, so I should be able to get them all on one page. Okay. So, for example, like the mythology of dragons, that's really, been a big part of European mythology and Asian mythology. It would be, dragons are interesting. There's a lot of representations of dragons through snakes, through Draco's name refers to a dragon, to the dark mark has a snake and a skull. There's just a lot of references to it. So kind of interesting in the text. So that's one way to look for articles. Is there a particular topic anybody would like me to look at? So I could clear all this and I can start again. Let me clear this. I can just put in Harry Potter, but that's going to give me a lot of information. Let me close that window. Okay. Again, if I'm going to get 12,000 results. So I definitely want to refine this as much as possible down to those peer-reviewed articles. And that gets me down to 1,000. But then it's going to give me everything. So this is where I would probably go by subject, and this will help me then refine what I want to look for in Harry Potter. And maybe I want to do the science of Harry Potter, like how the potions class and herbology are really the sciences, and Hagrid's class is really, not zoology, but there's botany and things like that. So there is a science to the Harry Potter as well too. So maybe that's one of the 92 articles on that. So this might be a way for you to refine what you're looking for. Maybe the social sciences, maybe you want to look at trauma in Harry Potter, or you want to look at other psychological perspectives from the social sciences. And then once you click on that, if I click on social sciences, it then gives me only those articles, okay, based on that subject, right? Because that's what I asked for. So I asked for the social sciences, so then it pulls it up for me to the top. Does that help you all? Just as a refresher?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. Okay. So just to answer questions, you can choose any topic you want for your papers. It's up to you. I want you to write something that you're interested in researching. Research could be a great opportunity to learn something new, so to do that. If you need help in picking a topic, I will help you pick a topic. I will be in my office all afternoon. What I might do today is open up my personal room and leave it open in the background, just in case you just want to pop in for a minute and pop out. I'll do that after class about 1 o'clock. I'll open up my personal room, and then if you just need to pop in because you have a question, you can throughout the day. And I'll do that tomorrow too. I'll just keep my Zoom personal room open and you can come in or out. Okay. If you want to make an appointment with me and let me know exactly what time you're coming, that would be great as well too. All right, so any questions? Here's one, selling stories, Harry Potter and the marketing plot. That would be good for anybody who's doing something on maybe on consumerism, right? Harry Potter has been used for leadership. I mean, I saw a great presentation by two professors at the University of Arizona, I think, or Colorado, and they came to a conference that I also went to, and they presented on using Harry Potter in leadership, and they used like book 5 mainly for that, and they do a whole leadership course that they use the Harry Potter books with college students with. So there is research on that as well too. So try to think about something as creative as possible. Think about all the different psychological aspects. Nope, there is not a specific list of topics to choose from. You can choose to do a fully literary analysis paper where you just deal with maybe character development, how the text works. Maybe you want to delve into the alliteration or maybe literary devices in the text and how they work to make the text more interesting. You could do that. You could talk about, there's just so much in the text you could talk about as well too. So if you want to, if you want to write about Dobby, you can write about Dobby. Yeah, absolutely. There's so much there. I recently, was it last year? I had a paper, finally got a paper on Hagrid. I hadn't had a paper on Hagrid in a really long time. I had a student write a paper about Hagrid. She just loved Hagrid, and she wrote this really nice paper about him and why he's important in the text. Even though he's kind of like seen, I have my topic now. Wow, that's pretty evil. Okay, Elizabeth has her topic. All right. Those Hufflepuffs are nice, but then you see how they turn on you. Okay, any questions? Any questions on topics that I can help you with? Just like badgers, yes. Any questions on topics?
So like it could be any topic, like let's say if Dumbledore is racist to Muggles, or
Well, can you prove, and then the key is, can you prove it, right? And the key to
yeah.
proving it is, can I find peer-reviewed journal articles, and is it in the book? Is there somewhere in here that Dumbledore is racist against Muggles?
No, not really. I just asked a question.
Yeah, right. So that the key is, right, and I think I like how you did that. Like, can I find evidence in the book, and can I find some peer-reviewed articles that would support me on that? And that's why it has to be researched, right? I agree, Elizabeth. You're not mean, you're just sassy. So I want to put in Dobby, because I put in Dobby as research, because Dobby, there's a really great article as Dobby as robot. It's not this one. I met this other researcher. She's from another college. Dobby the robot, the science fiction in Harry Potter. Yeah, Emily Strand. I've met her. She's phenomenal. She always writes really great articles on Harry Potter. She's written a few. She recently also wrote a really great article on Harry Potter and food, which was really interesting as well too. So if you like Dobby, if you like Dobby, you need to pick up this article right here, Elizabeth, Dobby the robot. Okay. All right. So, and that one's in Mythlore. She always publishes in Mythlore. They always pick up her articles in Mythlore. Any other questions on topics? I wonder, let's see, what else do we have? Any other topics anybody interested in? Okay. Then if we are done with that, I do need to show you one. Let me shift you guys over here. I just need to pull up one thing to show you the claim, because I want to make sure we're clear on what a claim is. I'm going to pull up this quick PowerPoint from my 1102 class because it seems that a claim has 3 parts. And I want to show you where it is. Okay, so let me just pop this up for you. And then we're gonna I need to share this screen. Okay, so this is from my 1102 class. But this is to show you just very quickly what a claim looks like. The idea of a claim is that it has 3 parts to it. It has like some kind of background, what the issue or the problem is, and then some kind of recommendation, right? And this is mainly used for argumentative papers. And this is the model. I use the Tolman model, Toulmin. I will be able to speak in a minute. Trying to get my chat window open. There it is. Okay. Kaylin, I'll answer your question in a minute. So you're going to want to make sure that your claim is a little tighter, like what the problem is in the Harry Potter series or in the issues section, right? If you're going to talk about consumerism in Harry Potter, for example, you need to narrow it down, right? Maybe part of it is how, like, another part of an argument paper would be like arguing for how well the theme parks work in reimagining the books, that it took the movies and the books and then created a whole new level in the theme parks. And it's really very immersive in the theme parks, if you've noticed that, especially in the Diagon Alley at Universal Studios. One of the things they did, it's very immersive. When you walk in there, you are in there and you don't see anything else in the park. They did the same thing at Hollywood Studios with the new Star Wars section that they did, where the Millennium Falcon is. When you're in there, you are fully immersed. You can't see the rest of the theme park, and you really can't hear the rest of the theme park. You are I forgot what that whole section of that Star Wars area is that they did in Hollywood Studios is, because they have the original section with the TIE fighters, but that doesn't count. So Galaxy's Edge, thank you, Kaylin. Right, and then yes, the Ride of the Resistance ride is again also very immersive. So that's one of the things theme parks have been working on, is creating more immersive experiences where you are in there fully. So maybe that's what your argument is, right? So the issue you want to present is that the theme park experience adds to the Harry Potter series by creating immersive experiences for visitors, right? And then the recommendation could be, the next sentence would be, if you're a true Harry Potter fan, beyond going to reading the books and seeing the movies, you should go to a theme park and become immersed in it so that you can get the full feel of what it is to be a muggle in the wizarding world, however you want to state it. Okay. All right. So that gives you an idea of a claim, right? Stating the problem or the issue, what you're positive or negative against, and then giving a recommendation to the reader. Okay, does that help you for your proposals? I told you I was going to cover that. I'm not going to go over this. We go over all kinds of claims in my 1102. So we're not going to do that. Okay. So then I'm closing that file. I should now be, are we ready for this? Do we need a little stretch break? We've been at it for an hour. Do we need a little stretch break?
Yeah.
Okay, like 3 minutes. I will give you a 3-minute stretch break, like 3 minutes. Like run to the bathroom, run back, go get your bottle of water, whatever you need. Don't leave the house for more coffee. Okay, that one's just, for Deja.